Hello, day 622. Since 53 hostages have been brutally, barbarically, violently and inhumanely waking up to the hell called Gaza. We are here every morning, never giving up to demand from the inhumane, barbaric, rapist, modern-day Nazis monsters who kidnap them and holding them to surrender and let all 53 hostages go immediately, at once, in one phase, one bus, all of them together, and no one is left behind. I'm having a really hard time this morning. For the last 2 hours I was trying to catch up on what happened last night in Israel. The hospital that I was born in, Soroka, in Beersheba, was hit directly by the Iranian monsters. The Islamic Republic of Iran. They shot around 30 ballistic missiles or some special new missiles that once they explode, there's like smaller rockets that spread out or something like that. Not much information is coming out in regards to this type of rocket. They're investigating it. But the damage in the hospital took it out of function. This is a hospital that one of the biggest hospital in the south of Israel that treats millions of people, Jews and Arabs. There are Jews and Arabs doctors in it. Thankfully, yesterday, a few hours before, they were given evacuation order to leave. First of all, to release anyone who doesn't really need to stay in the hospital, but also to not stay in the higher floors. They went all down to the lower floors, and then one of the floors that got direct hit, thankfully, was not having any people. Also, even though there are dozens of injuries from the damage from these rockets, thankfully so far we didn't hear anyone who was killed, murdered. But also there were other locations across Israel, in central Israel, Ramat Gan and Holon. These are big cities that also got direct hits in buildings. According to information I could gather, there's about 270 injured from this last missile attack alone. No one died, thankfully, because people are listening to the home front commands, instructions to go to the shelter room. We have the sirens goes off to alert people. And thankfully, it saves lives. When people going into the shelter rooms, it saves lives. Also was released for publication a very sad story for the incident. I believe it was Saturday. One of the wreck hits that hit in Bat Yam, a building of 10 floors, that the whole side of the building collapsed, apartment after apartment, floor after floor, where we had nine people actually. The last figure was 7, then they found 2 more. 9 people were killed, murdered in this attack, in this building alone, and more than 200 people got injured from this ballistic missile alone. But what was released for publication, it was that among the people who were killed, it was a family of this Ukrainian sweet girl who fled Ukraine in order to receive life-saving treatments for her leukemia in Israel, because our doctors and our innovation medical researchers are really the only ones in the field. Her and her family were in the apartment where they got the wreck hit. Her 7-year-old sweet girl, Nastya, with her mother, with a grandmother, and 2 cousins, 9-year-old and 13-year-old, were all killed by the Iranian ballistic missile. Fled the war in Ukraine to only be killed in the war with Iran. May they rest in peace and the memory forever be a blessing. After the horrendous damage and devastation by the attack of last night, Israel is preparing to increase the attacks on the Islamic Republic of Iran, and Khamenei is now one of our targets. Israel will not let it pass. Israel is not using hospitals as military bases, unlike Hamas. Hamas is using those bases to conduct the terrorist meetings, to hide in those hospitals, to build tunnels underneath, and then operate from there and holding our hostages, same as Mohammed Sinwar. There's no evidence that IDF is using Soroka Hospital for anything of that sort. Soroka Hospital has been one of the oldest hospitals in Israel. It's pretty old, and that's why the damage has been so significant. IDF is not using that hospital. A war crime by Iran that being ignored by the international community. They don't give a fuck. When Jews die, when Jews get an attack, who fucking cares, right? This is the sad reality we live in. 80 years after the Holocaust, we are experiencing the rise in anti-Semitism affecting us again, here in the US as well. But we will continue to stand strong and do whatever we need to. We will continue. Just got a notification about how IDF is operating in Gaza. We will continue to take over Gaza in order to erase Hamas from the face of the earth and bring back our 53 people. And we will continue with the war against Iran to ensure no more threats for Israelis. We will eliminate all the capabilities, the ballistic missile capabilities and the nuclear capabilities, and hoping also to just remove this Islamic regime so the Iranian people can be free at last. Prayers and thoughts for all the injured in Israel, sending you strength and hope for this all to be over soon. We will continue to stand strong and we defend ourselves with whatever means necessary. We don't care about a bad image, we rather live. And we will continue living proudly in our ancestral homeland Israel, between the Jordan River all the way to the Mediterranean Sea. Am Israel will always be. Am Israel Chai forever and rising like a lion.